Peace. It's your brother Denamil, aka Professor Iself in the old days. Professor Denamil. I'm just your brother. And today, I'm here to discuss the quote-unquote so-called black agenda that you see some of the stars or celebrities talking about. Let me back up a little bit. I don't call them stars because there's nothing heavenly or celestial about those celebrities. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not even going to use that term stars, because stars are celestial, stars are heavenly, stars are divine, and we look up to them and we can see them in the universal skies and in the skies at night, even though psychologically you are looking up to these people that you call stars. So you're putting them in a higher place than you. You're putting them on a higher level than you are psychologically and mentally and so on and so forth, which is why you take their advice, which is why they are easily influential to you, but not to me and others like me. Let me explain something to you. So Sean Combs and the rest of your friends, the Hollywood celebrities who have millions of dollars and lots of money, who live well, you're talking about a black agenda and holding back a quote-unquote so-called black vote because there's no black agenda. Excuse me, brother, what's the agenda? What do you consider to be some of the situations that plague quote-unquote so-called black America? And what is the agenda that you have that you can bring forth and sit down at the table? Or, let me guess, you don't have an agenda at all. You don't have no agenda because you're living well. You don't have an agenda at all. You don't, but you want to push the vote. And you expect the person that you vote for who wants your vote or who wants our votes, they should have an agenda designed for us that's going to make us, help us move better in society or whatever, so on and so forth. Brother, it don't work like that. How can you expect the European to have an agenda, a healthy agenda for our people, for them to move forward through us, for them to think for us about what our problems are, to put an agenda on the table and put solutions on the table for us, when we haven't even sat at the table as a holistic group of people to express our agenda? See, Puff, it don't work like that, brother. You can't put that on the European, because guess what? They've already been working their agenda on us for over 200 and something years. They have an agenda. And they've worked it on quote unquote so-called black America. It was called colored. It was called Negro. It was called black. It was called Afro-American. It was called African-American today. And it's still an agenda. And in that agenda, we lose. We've been losing for so long. So let me ask you a question, brother. How do you propose and how do you ask Joe Biden to come up with an agenda for you? When we already know the history of Joe Biden, who he is, who he was, and so on and so forth. We know the history of the Democratic Party as well. So do you really believe that you, Puff Daddy, has the ability to make the rest of the world not vote? Probably. The youngsters, they'll probably listen to you, but I'm not going to listen to you. We don't listen to celebrities because you guys aren't intelligent. We don't listen to you. You understand? Because we've watched what you've done already. We've seen how you've sold your soul and sold yourself out already. We can't take your words, but we know that you are very influential to the youth, all of y'all. So again, this whole thing called this agenda that you're talking about, brother, agendas are formed by the people who have the agenda, who have the issues. It's not formed by the quote unquote politician. The reason the LGBT community is strong and they get all the stuff that they want is because they have an agenda. They put their agenda on paper. They sit down together and put their agenda on paper and they give it to their elected officials. And they bargain the vote by the lobby. They bargain the vote by the agenda in the lobby. You understand what I'm saying? So if we come up with an agenda, it has to be us that comes up with the agenda. Only a fool would let his enemy come up with an agenda for him. Oh, brother, we'll give you a vote, but what about us? What you gonna do? What kind of agenda do you got planned for us? He doesn't have any agenda planned for you because you're supposed to plan your own agenda. Sounds stupid. It's like our people, we don't even get it, man. Don't allow these people to tell you something that you don't understand. You don't allow them to pull you in to something that you don't get. An agenda is an outcome. An agenda is a bunch of steps and methods to get to a particular place and to get resources and other things put in and on your community that voted or your community that lobbied and put this person on the fire to make them hold according to the agenda. See, you can't have an agenda in your mind. The agenda has to be written out. You have to put this on paper. You have to sit down and strategize and look around your community and communities and bring people in from every community and sit down with them, a leader from every community, and you sit down and you put together a mass agenda. Those leaders go back into their community and they pull out the issues and the problems in every community, and they bring those issues and problems to the table. They solidify them. You know what I'm saying? They outline them. It becomes an agenda, and you take it to your elected official. You do not allow or even give your elected official the opportunity to think for you. Only a fool would do that. Only a slave would want somebody to think for them and give the answers for their own problems. You sound real stupid, but it makes sense because you're a part of Hollywood. And I understand Hollywood. I understand how it works. I understand the sorcery of Hollywood. Even the name is sorcery. I get it. So I'm here to let y'all know, we're not listening to the celebrities about a quote unquote so-called black agenda. If you want an agenda, you have to sit down and formulate the agenda for yourself and hand it to your elected officials. That's how it's going to work. So with that being said, stay away from the okie doke. Watch out for the fake, for the fake agendas that's being put on television to make you, run with because they got a celebrity that look like you and all this. Those are the worst ones. They're killing you on purpose. They're getting paid for every time they lie to you. You understand what I'm saying? So don't allow it to occur. Pay attention. Watch what's going on. Ask questions. Don't just be an empty box sitting there waiting for somebody to fill you up with something, because they will fill you up with falsehood. You understand? So let's wake up a little bit and let's do things a little bit different. Let's not trust Hollywood or its celebrities. We don't trust y'all. We don't trust your influence because we know what you are designed to do, and we're witnessing it. And you're sitting in a situation asking a political party to create an agenda for us, whose agenda for us for the last 50, 60 years has been death. Under this paradigm, quote unquote, so-called Black America is dying fast. The communities are dying fast. Under the Democratic paradigm, I don't vote. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm not even an independent. I believe in separation, because I know what we had before integration. And we can get back to that if we dealt with each other. But no, we want a European, somebody to create an agenda for us. You sound stupid, man. Wake up.